Think you don't have time or space to add a furry friend to your homestead? Think again. I'm Erin with the Gwinnett County Public Library, and today we're going to learn a little homestead how-to. It can feel a little overwhelming to bring a new animal into the household, but April is National Pet Month, so today we'll be learning some tips to help make the process easier for everyone in the family. First, we'll start with a little basic pet first aid. Then we'll puppy-proof. Next, we'll make some homemade dog treats, and finally we'll be upcycling our old t-shirts and water bottles into new playtime favorites. Still not sure where to start? It's always best to begin with the basics. Animals need a lot of care and attention, but the love that they bring to your home is worth the investment. Keeping a new pet's health and well-being in mind means learning a few basic first aid tips. Here are some that can help give you confidence when medical attention is required.
There are a few first aid supplies you always want to have on hand with an animal in the house. Gauze for wrapping wounds or cleaning eyes and ears. Waterproof tape to hold bandages in place. Hydrogen peroxide to keep injuries from becoming infected, a child-sized syringe for dispensing medication, and of course, you can never have too much clean water around for your furriest family members. Any animal might bite when injured. A muzzle or even a soft scarf could help prevent an accidental injury to you and your hands. If your pet is bleeding, keep pressure over the wound with your hand for a minimum of 3 minutes and then check it. If the bleeding continues, wrap tightly with gauze and see a vet immediately. If your pet suffers a chemical burn and it can be easy to take a misstep with shoe-free paws, flush the burn with cool water and check for swelling. Ears and little noses clean is very important. For small objects in the eyes or nose, use light gauze and gently swipe away any irritation. If you need to apply eye drops, you can wrap your pet in a towel or blanket to help keep them still. Heat stroke is very dangerous for your pet. Never leave your animals in the car on a warm day. If your pet shows signs of heat stroke, place a cool, wet towel around its neck or head, placing cold compresses on its abdomen until their temperature drops, and transport them to the vet as soon as possible.
Just like bringing home a baby, it's always a good idea to check out your surroundings and make sure that there aren't any hazards for the smaller members of your family. Puppy-proofing is simple, and just a little forethought can help keep everyone safe and healthy.
Begin by moving long or loose electrical cords. They are a chewing temptation for pets and a tripping hazard for animals and humans alike. If you have loose, dangling blinds, make sure you tie or clip up the drawstrings. These can easily get wrapped around a young, clumsy pet's neck or paws. Cover outlets. Secure cleaners and medications behind heavy doors that latch. A curious family pet could end up poisoned if these substances are within reach. Secure trash can lids for the same reason. If you don't feel confident, there are baby-proof lids available which latch on and cannot be removed by paws or snouts. And finally, move your household plants out of reach. Many decorative flora and fauna can actually be deadly if ingested, so err on the side of caution.
Everyone loves bacon, especially man's best friend. Here's a recipe for some simple dog treats that you can make from scratch in your own kitchen.
First, cook a package of bacon. This is everyone's favorite part. Carefully set the strips aside, leaving only the bacon's grease. We need 10 tablespoons for this recipe, and it will be hot, so take care. Add the bacon grease to a large mixing bowl. Pour in your water, milk, salt, and both eggs. Mix until combined. Slowly add 5 cups of whole wheat flour until the dough starts to feel crumbly to the touch. Then roll into 1-inch balls and place your dough onto a baking sheet. Pop into the oven at 300 degrees for half an hour and you will have lumpy, crunchy bacony treats that your household puppy will devour.
If you have old t-shirts around the house, you could repurpose them as dust rags. You could sew them into quilts. You could cut them apart to use as headbands or hair ties, or you could add them to an old water bottle or a sweet potato and make a new toy that your puppy will enjoy for hours. Let me show you how.
Slice a sweet potato into 1-inch rounds. Using a cookie cutter or paring knife, cut a small hole into the center of each slice. Set your rings on a parchment paper-lined cookie sheet, coat with coconut oil, and bake for 6 to 12 hours at 150 degrees. While your sweet potato slices dehydrate, cut a long strip off of your t-shirt and tie a knot in one end. Using a pair of scissors, cut the remaining material into thirds and braid it, making a rope. We're going to add our dehydrated sweet potato rings to this center of the homemade pull toy. I unbraided the middle of my rope so that I could slide the sweet potato rings on and fasten them in more easily. If your braid is smaller, that may not be necessary. In the end, you have a homemade tug toy with a built-in treat. It may not be pretty, but it sure is fun. Even simpler, if you have a furry friend who enjoys the noise of chewing on a crinkly toy, you can use an old t-shirt to wrap an upcycled water bottle. This allows your pet to bite down and make all of the noise without any of the danger of the plastic breaking apart or cutting their mouths. Use a few extra strips of t-shirt to knot the bottle inside and voila! Easy DIY dog toy.
And that's everything. This April, adopt or foster a new furry friend in honor of National Pet Month. With a few simple steps, you could have your home ready for an addition that would leave the family healthier, happier, and just a little fuzzier. I'm Erin with the Gwinnett County Public Library, and we'll see you next month for a little Homestead how-to.